Raider Nation, today marks the official start of the off-season organized team activities, or OTAs for the Las Vegas Raiders. This period is crucial as it gives the team a chance to come together on the field and begin shaping their identity for the upcoming season. Though these practices are voluntary and have certain restrictions, no full contact tackling, limited physical intensity, and only 10 practice days allowed, they remain an essential phase for players and coaches alike to implement strategies, build chemistry, and gauge where everyone stands. The Raiders are entering this phase with a fresh coaching regime, eager to showcase their new vision and start moving the ball effectively as they prepare to face the challenges ahead. On the offensive side, there are several players drawing attention and likely to be central figures during these workouts. Tommy Malone, a Heisman Trophy winner from the FCS level last season, is one name to watch closely. While his versatility shines in various roles, special teams might be where he can make an immediate impact, offering the Raiders a dynamic weapon in that phase of the game. Then there's DJ Glaze, who looks poised to compete fiercely for the starting right tackle spot. Even though the assumption is that he might secure this role, the Raiders front office wants to be certain, keeping other options like Alex Kappa, Dylan Parham, and Jordan Meredith in the mix. Parham's situation is particularly interesting since he's entering the final year of his contract, and how the new coaching staff deploys him could determine whether he remains a key starter or not. Michael Mayer is another player whose role this offseason is under scrutiny. He missed considerable time last year, but now, with Brock Bowers also showing up in workouts, the Raiders appear eager to experiment with how to maximize the talents of both tight ends. Trey Tucker, entering his third season, faces a pivotal moment in his career. He must show that he can step up and become a reliable contributor, whether that means solidifying a role on offense or proving his value on special teams. If he fails to make progress, the Raiders may look elsewhere, and his window to establish himself is narrowing. At the very top of the list of offensive players to watch is quarterback Geno Smith. Without question, his signing stands out as one of the most significant moves the Raiders have made this offseason. Smith is widely regarded as one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league, bringing a blend of pinpoint accuracy and veteran leadership that could transform the team's fortunes. His performance in these OTAs will be closely watched, as it may set the tone for whether the Raiders can realistically push for a playoff berth this season. The pressure and expectations on him are high, but so is the potential reward if he leads the offense with consistency and poise. Switching to the defensive side, the focus shifts slightly. While the offense features many young players fighting for their roles, the defense blends experience with a handful of promising newcomers. Darnell Holmes, for example, is a player whose role remains somewhat uncertain. Will he be integrated with the starting lineup, or will he serve more as a depth piece? His position on the depth chart could influence how the Raiders organize their defensive backfield, particularly the slot coverage responsibilities. Jeremy Chin, a safety recently added to the roster, is expected to fill a hybrid linebacker safety role reminiscent of Cam Chancellor's impact during his prime. This kind of versatile presence close to the line of scrimmage could bolster the Raiders' run defense and short pass coverage significantly. Jacqueline Bennett, the team's top cornerback, last season has the opportunity to continue his progression and cement himself as a true lockdown defender. If he can build on the leap he made from his rookie year to his sophomore campaign, Bennett could emerge as one of the most underrated corners, not only on the Raiders, but in the entire NFL. Devin White, brought in on a prove-it deal, is another defensive player garnering attention. Despite the modest contract, he has the athleticism and potential to become a cornerstone of the linebacking core. Observers will be eager to see if White can take on a leadership role comparable to that of Landon Roberts, who has consistently commanded respect in the locker room and might be the defensive signal caller, the so-called green dot linebacker, who makes on-field adjustments. Among the younger defensive players, Amari Gaynor stands out as a candidate to reinforce the linebacking group, an area that remains somewhat unsettled for the Raiders. Isaiah Polamau is also in the mix as a free safety option. though the team is still expected to seek additional talent to shore up that position. Tyree Wilson has reportedly been turning heads during practice sessions, suggesting that he could be a breakout player if he continues to develop and build on his previous performances. Malcolm Kuhn Wilson, before suffering a severe ACL injury last season, was making waves with an impressive number of sacks in a limited number of games. If he can return to form, the Raiders' defensive line could become one of the most formidable units in the NFL, with a potent pass rush and strong run-stopping capabilities. Darian Porter, a cornerback drafted in the 3rd round, will also be under close scrutiny. His ability to compete against high-caliber receivers such as Eric Stokes and Cameron Richardson, as well as to push for playing time alongside Jacker and Bennett, will be a key storyline this offseason. The cornerback competition promises to be intense, and Porter's development could have a direct impact on how the Raiders structure their secondary moving forward. Topping the defensive list is Christian Wilkins, a defensive tackle the Raiders invested heavily in last season, making him one of the highest paid players at his position in the league. Despite a foot injury that sidelined him for some time, Wilkins is reportedly healthy and ready to lead. His presence in the trenches is vital to the team's defensive success, both as a physical force on the field and as a vocal leader in the locker room. If Wilkins can deliver on both fronts, he will be a key reason the Raiders' defense reaches the level of dominance the team is aiming for this year. Some may wonder why Max Crosby isn't featured more prominently on this list, given his status as one of the franchise's best players. The truth is, Crosby has already proven himself consistently. So while he remains a player to watch, the expectation is that he will continue to perform at a high level without question. Instead, the focus shifts to the players around him who need to step up and elevate the entire defense. Crosby's impact goes beyond his own play. He must make those around him better, helping the Raiders form a cohesive and intimidating defensive unit. This offseason's OTAs offer a valuable window into the Raiders' future. With a blend of emerging talent, seasoned veterans, and new coaching philosophies, these practices will set the foundation for what fans hope will be a breakout season. Keeping an eye on how players adapt, compete, and grow during this time will provide crucial insights into the team's potential and the battles that will unfold when the regular season kicks off. Raider Nation has plenty to be excited about, as the work done now could very well determine the trajectory of the franchise for the months ahead. As the OTAs progress, the intensity around the Raiders' defensive roster continues to build, highlighting a series of important storylines that will ultimately shape how the team performs when the season begins. One of the key questions revolves around the linebacker group, which remains a major focus for the Raiders' coaching staff and fans alike. Linebacker play is often the heart of a defense, dictating the flow of the game through run stopping, pass coverage, and leadership on the field. The team's recent acquisitions and draft picks signal a clear intention to strengthen this area, but much remains to be proven as these players take the field during the limited practice sessions. Among the linebackers, the spotlight shines brightly on players like Amari Gaynor, who has been working hard to earn a prominent role. His size, athleticism, and versatility make him an intriguing candidate to fill some of the gaps left by departures and injuries. Gaynor's ability to contribute in both run defense and pass coverage could prove essential for the Raiders, especially given the evolving nature of NFL offenses that require defenders to be adaptable and quick. Alongside him, Isaiah Polamau, who plays safety but has linebacker-like qualities, is another player the coaching staff is evaluating carefully. The Raiders seem intent on maximizing their defensive backfield by blending speed, agility, and physicality, a strategy that could pay dividends if these players can carve out meaningful roles. Tyree Wilson's emergence during OTAs has been one of the more encouraging developments for Raider Nation. Reports indicate that he has been making a noticeable impression on coaches and teammates, showcasing a combination of hustle, athleticism, and football IQ that suggests he could be ready for a breakout season. The key for Wilson will be consistency, showing up every day with the same level of effort and continuing to improve on the fundamentals of his position. If he can maintain this momentum, he may not only solidify his spot on the roster, but also become a key contributor in the Raiders' defensive schemes. Malcolm Kuhn Wilson's situation remains a mix of hope and cautious optimism. Last season, before his unfortunate ACL injury, he was making significant waves with an impressive pass rushing performance, notching 8 sacks in just 9 games. Such production in a short span indicated his potential to be a disruptive force along the defensive line. The medical updates suggest he is progressing well in his recovery, and the coaching staff will likely ease him back into the fold to prevent re-injury while still giving him opportunities to showcase his talent. Should he return to full strength, Wilson's presence would elevate the Raiders' defensive front, creating pressure on opposing quarterbacks and making it harder for offenses to establish the run game. The cornerback battle is another compelling storyline unfolding during the OTAs. Jacorin Bennett, as the team's top cornerback, carries the weight of expectations to continue his upward trajectory. His growth from a rookie to a dependable starter has been impressive, and the pressure to maintain and improve his level of play is now greater than ever. Alongside Bennett, Darian Porter, a promising third-round draft pick, is striving to carve out a significant role in the secondary, competing against established NFL talents such as Eric Stokes and Cameron Richardson during practice drills. Will be a critical test for Porter's readiness and potential to contribute early in his career. The Raiders' defensive backfield depth will depend heavily on how well Porter and other young players can develop, pushing veterans and elevating the overall group. Christian Wilkins stands out not only because of his performance, but also due to the leadership role he is expected to fill. Being one of the highest paid defensive tackles in the league brings a level of responsibility, both on and off the field. Wilkins' ability to anchor the defensive line, absorb double teams, and disrupt offensive schemes is vital for the Raiders. Additionally, his leadership in the locker room and on the practice field can set the tone for the entire defense. As a vocal and respected figure, Wilkins is in a position to help younger players grow, ensuring that the defensive unit operates with cohesion and intensity. His recovery from the foot injury is crucial, but early reports indicate he is ready to lead by example, showing that he remains a force to be reckoned with. Max Crosby, although not the main focus of this OTA's update, continues to be the backbone of the Raiders' pass rush. His relentless motor and ability to create pressure on quarterbacks are unmatched on the team. While it may be tempting to expect Crosby to carry the defense on his own shoulders, the reality is that for the Raiders to succeed, he must elevate those around him. That means helping younger edge rushers learn the ropes, pushing linebackers to improve, and contributing to the defensive scheme beyond just making plays. Crosby's role as a mentor and leader will be just as important as his performance on the field. As the Raiders seek to build a complete and balanced defense, the linebacker room, which includes key players like Devin White and Landon Roberts, is also shaping up to be a defining element for the Raiders' defensive identity. White, signed on a prove-it deal, has been touted as an athlete with the potential to make a significant impact if he can stay healthy and adapt to the new system. Roberts, known for his leadership qualities, could be the glue that holds the defense together, especially if he is given the green dot responsibility, the on-field signal caller who directs defensive adjustments. The combination of Roberts' experience and White's athleticism presents a promising duo that, if chemistry develops properly, could give the Raiders a dynamic and flexible linebacker core capable of responding to multiple offensive threats. Teams play is another area where the Raiders are hoping to find hidden value during these OTAs. Players like Tommy Mallow and Trey Tucker may not always grab headlines, but their contributions in kick coverage, punt returns, and blocking can often tilt the field position battle in the Raiders' favor. Special teams often become the difference in close games, and coaches emphasize the importance of players who are willing and able to perform in these critical roles. For players on the fringe of the roster or looking to make a mark, excelling on special teams can be the key to securing a spot and earning the trust of coaches. On the offensive side, the development of younger receivers such as Jack Bess and Ashton Genty is also something fans are closely watching. Jack Bess showed flashes of brilliance during rookie minicamp, But the question remains whether he can translate that performance against experienced NFL starters. The transition from dominating at the college level to consistently competing against professional defenders is a huge step, and OTAAs provide a controlled environment to test those capabilities. Ashton Jeanty, known for his smooth routes and ability to create separation, is another exciting prospect. How these receivers integrate into the offense, especially with the addition of Geno Smith, a quarterback, could dictate the explosiveness and creativity of the passing game. The relationship between key offensive players like Jacoby Myers and Colton Miller will also be pivotal this offseason. Both players carry leadership potential, and their commitment to the new coaching staff will send a message about the Raiders' culture going forward. Contract situations add another layer of complexity, especially for players like Dylan Palm, who is entering the final year of his deal. How the Raiders manage these contracts during the offseason will reflect their confidence in the players and impact team stability. At the quarterback position, Geno Smith's arrival brings a renewed sense of optimism and anticipation. Known for his precision and leadership, Smith is expected to be the catalyst for the Raiders' offense. His performance during OTAAs will be scrutinized by fans and analysts alike, as it provides a first glimpse into how well he adapts to the new system and gels with his teammates. Success at quarterback often sets the tone for the entire team, and Smith's ability to command a huddle, make quick decisions, and deliver accurate throws will be essential if the Raiders hope to contend for the playoffs. Throughout this offseason, the Raiders face a balancing act, developing young talent, integrating new players, and solidifying leadership roles, all while preparing for the physical and mental demands of a grueling NFL season. OTAAs, with their limited physicality and voluntary nature, offer a unique glimpse into the team's potential and the work ethic of its players. The next few weeks will be a critical period where coaches evaluate, adjust, and build a foundation for what the Raiders hope will be a successful campaign. For Raider Nation, staying engaged and informed during this time is crucial, as these early signs often predict how the season will unfold. Whether it's watching the growth of a promising rookie, the return of a star player from injury, or the emergence of a new leader on the defense, there is no shortage of compelling storylines to follow as the Raiders prepare for the battles ahead. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a candid and emotional revelation, star wide receiver Devante Adams has admitted what many fans and analysts long suspected. His departure from the Las Vegas Raiders was a decision he now deeply regrets. In an exclusive interview, the former All-Pro opened up about his journey since leaving the team and the inner conflict that has followed him ever since. "I regret it every day," Adams confessed. "At the time, I thought I was doing what was best for my career. But I've come to realize that leaving the Raiders left a hole I haven't been able to fill." Adams' departure from Las Vegas came amid a period of turbulence for the franchise, marked by coaching changes, inconsistent quarterback play, and off-field distractions. At the time, Adams cited a desire for a new challenge and a better alignment with his personal goals. But as seasons passed, the realities of life outside Raider Nation began to weigh heavily on the star receiver. "I miss the energy, the fans, and most of all, the brotherhood," he said. "You think the grass might be greener, but sometimes it's just a different shade of the same problems." Despite putting up respectable numbers since his exit, Adams' performance hasn't quite reached the heights he enjoyed with the Raiders. More importantly, his impact on the locker room and community in Las Vegas remains unmatched, as former teammates continue to praise his leadership and character. The NFL world is already buzzing about what this revelation could mean for Adams' future. Could a reunion with the Raiders be possible? The idea, once unthinkable, now feels tantalizingly real. Though no official statements have been made by the team, fans have taken to social media with a renewed hope that their former star might return to finish what he started. For now, Adams' honesty has struck a chord across the league. A reminder that behind the stats and contracts, even superstars are not immune to doubt and reflection. "I'll always be grateful for my time there," Adams said. Maybe one day I'll get a chance to make things right. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.